Well, good morning to all my regular viewers in the Facebook Freedom, Ferrigno Freedom Facebook group, Facebook Freedom, who normally watch my walk and talks that I still share every morning in the Ferrigno Freedom Facebook group. And welcome today to the YouTube viewers who I'm sharing this with. I don't often share my walk and talks on YouTube anymore because they didn't seem to get as much attention, and it, hurting the algorithm. I want to get more people in front of the camera, in front of the screen, so they can see what's going on. But you can still see them if you want to join the Ferrigno Freedom Facebook group, not the Facebook page, but the Facebook group. But what I wanted to come talk to you about today, on Tuesday, November 5th. You know what that day is? And especially if you know me for a while, I've been paying attention to this day. It's 2 days until my birthday. No, that's not what the focus is, obviously. Today is election day, and a lot of us have been under a little more anxiety than normal over this election for multiple reasons. And I'm sure you have all your reasons lined up right there in your head right now. But I'm not going to talk about the election so much today. I want to talk about how we deal with these anxieties and emotions and difficulties, because even though ever since I started the Lion Diet nearly 4 years ago, I've talked about how it was a tremendous reduce in my anxiety, a reduce in my depression. There was a point where I could say it was completely gone. And I learned a lot of things as I've gone through not living everything just perfect. Sometimes when you watch people on YouTube or in movies or TV, you feel like, well, they got plenty of money, everything's going fine for them. I'm not that guy. I've been struggling with this since 2021, when I left the retirement home industry over some difficulties with COVID and the restrictions and requirements that were being made of me and what it was doing to my residents. So it's been a rough road since then, starting kind of over in a career when you're almost in your 50s. And but I was going through the changes of Lion Diet too. So everything was good. Didn't matter what happened. I felt like everything was going to be okay. But then, as jobs changed, and I went from being an executive to being a salesperson to being a package handler to being a waiter, and now I'm back in insurance. It's been a rough 4 years on me psychologically for my well-being as a father and a husband and a provider for my family. I am the sole breadwinner for my family, and we even take care of my mother-in-law. So it's been stressful in 2024. And one of the things that I know I got away from was the habit of getting the right sleep. And that was partly because one of the jobs that I took at the time that I started, hiya Daisy, that's Daisy over there. She's always here to greet me every morning. And she's here to greet Sam too. All right, so now that I'm past the dogs barking and the people passing me by at 1 mile an hour and other walkers that are out here, I love my friends out there, Leslie and Wayne. They're out here every morning just like I am. I love it. But as I was saying about the job that I took, I wound up taking a job that had me working the graveyard shift. And I had been getting used to getting up at 4 in the morning for the past 2 or plus years. Ever since Lion Diet changed the way I sleep at night, I went from being a night owl that couldn't fall asleep at night, couldn't wake up in the morning, to being somebody who first thing in the morning at 4 a.m. my head pops off the pillow, and when it's time for bed at night, I close my eyes, hit the pillow, and I'm done. I'm out. That was a new experience. 48 years of my life, I had never experienced sleep like that. And I was getting all the sleep I needed, 4 or 5 hours a night many times. But that was because my circadian rhythm was getting in order finally. And I think that had a lot to do with getting all the seed oils and junk out. But when I took that job that got me working the graveyard shift, ooh, boy, did that throw off my circadian rhythm. And then when that didn't pan out because it was really seasonal and I was trying to stretch it into something longer, I had to find another job. And then I had to be at work at 5 in the morning. So that was not as bad as working graveyard. but it was still so early that I couldn't get out and do my morning rucks. So that was when it began to disrupt everything, my circadian rhythm, my habits in exercising. It threw off my flow. And I'm glad it did, because it gave me an experience as a carnivore, sharing a story on this channel to help people learn what's going on with their body. It helped me learn some things about my body that I didn't understand. I thought, first of all, that the diet just changed everything for the circadian rhythm. But I realize now there are habits you can do or requirements that are put on you that can throw off your circadian rhythm. And when that is out of order, you are going to have trouble sleeping at night properly. So getting to where you get up the same time every day and go to bed at the same time every day is a must, but it's hard to even consider that until your body starts to feel like doing it. And that's what Lion Diet did for me. It got me to that point. But then it's like life keeps throwing curves at you sometimes, and then you've got to adjust to those curves and find a way to make it work. Well, ever since I stopped working as a waiter, and I don't want to get into all my details, but it's been difficult, but it's given me more free time. And one of the things I had no excuse to do was to stay up longer than what I was waking up. I was waking up still at 4, but I had gotten used to waking up at 6 while I was working. When I was working on my last job, my most recent job, I was working night shift, so I was getting up later. And now my body has gotten back into the proper circadian rhythm again. And after the time change this year, I was finally able to get back to getting up at 4, getting started on doing whatever work I need to do, or prayer, or anything that I have to start my morning with. And today is the first day that I got that 4 a.m. start. And already it's made my walk faster. I have less anxiety about what's going on today because I set a plan last night to do this, and now I'm executing the plan. And I have a few other plans for the day. And I found that one of the things that when I don't do that planning the night before for what I've got to do the following day, it's real easy to lay in bed and think about all the things that you could do tomorrow and then worry about deciding what they're going to be first thing in the morning. That's going to keep you up. That's going to keep your brain going on worrying and thinking about, you got to do something. You're going to feel that pressure, and your anxiety level is going to rise because you're not preparing. You're going to fail. You're not planning to say, I'm going to get out and get the exercise that my body needs first thing in the morning. You're going to fail to do it if you don't plan to do it, because willpower won't get you there. All of these little factors, making sure that you're going to bed at a decent time, try to make it the same time every night, waking up at the same time every morning. And if you can, like we did at the beginning of the video, I didn't talk about the sunrise that was going on behind me, but I love my morning sunrises now. When I wake up and there's no sunrise, it really bums me out. When there's a lot of overcast, or it's, cloudy sky or raining. But when I get that sunrise, it's wonderful. When I do the things that I need to do each day because I've planned the day before, it really does take a load off your mind, and it's going to make it easier to sleep. So there's a number of factors that go into sleep. It isn't just diet, but diet wouldn't have got me to this point. I would have never got to this point if I hadn't been changing my diet. Plain and simple. So for those of you who've had sleep worries as a result of maybe the stresses going on that have led up to today, maybe other financial stresses in your life, maybe health issues in your family, people you love are struggling. Every day can be a day of winning if you set out a plan for what you're going to do and then you go do it. Every day can be a day of winning when you wake up at the same time with that plan. So no matter what happens today, tomorrow, you're still in control of where your life is going to go from November 6th on. It doesn't matter about what anything else anybody else does. You're in control of where your life goes from now on. And you've got to decide if you're going to make those choices to do the things that you know are healthy for you so that you can experience the health that you need to overcome the challenges that are going to come your way today and tomorrow and the next day. And you'll be able to provide for your family and someday pick up your grandkids and hold them in your arms and lift them up to that Christmas tree to put the star on top because you've been taking care of yourself. Well, that's why I do this, and that's why I wanted to share this with you guys today. I hope you appreciate it. I hope it helps you, and God bless. I'll see you guys next time. Say bye, Sam.
If we pay extra, could we maybe get some grease or fat?